got his pistol. He starts shooting at these grey aliens, and they kind of, I don't know, got pissed off. They got pissed off, and they started retaliating. And they shot a blue energy beam at Phil Schneider, and what happened was he was about to die, and a lot of his fingers and other parts of his body got burned off. And you can kind of, again, Phil Schneider, if you really want to be convinced that aliens are real, you should go on someone called, not go on, but you should research about someone called Phil Schneider. He's just one person that I can quickly and briefly mention and talk about. And again, another type of quick summary about his life, right? He was talking again about, all around the world there are these like kind of underground bases where these gray aliens kind of operate in and stuff. They operate in these underground bases around the world. He was calling them dumb bases because they were deep underground mountain bases or something similar, or military bases or whatever. He was saying, right, that these aliens, whatever, they're all around the world. They're basically underground, and they conduct a bunch of different genetic experiments, and they're underground, and they operate in these bases. And they operate in these bases and stuff. And they're, again, all around the world, and they're underground. And because I can only vaguely remember a lot of the stuff he was talking about in his lecture videos, right? He was talking about how they've been here potentially for millions of years, right? They were influencing our history. Again, for millions of years. They've been here for millions of years. They've been influencing our history and stuff. And if you go into his lecture videos, you can kind of see. Again, you can see what I'm talking about, right? You can hear what I'm talking about. If you go on his lecture videos. Again, because I can only vaguely remember what he was talking about. He was saying, right, that these gray aliens he specifically encountered the gray aliens. Again, Phil Schneider, because he was hired to do some type of job in underground in some place called Dulce. I don't know the exact details, whatever. But what happened was he was kind of doing the mining work, whatever, underground, and he struck a tunnel pathway, whatever, and he kind of encountered the gray aliens, whatever, blah 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 blah. He provoked and he started shooting at them. And what happened was, after he started shooting at them, they got a pistol out. I mean, no, not they. He got his pistol out. He started shooting at them. Yeah, blah blah blah. They kind of got pissed off, and then they kind of rubbed their. I don't know. He was talking about how these gray aliens. They got one of them got their hand out and they started rubbing their belly like this or whatever. And they threw out some energy beam and it struck Phil Schneider, and so it kind of burned off a lot of his fingers and other parts of his body, blah blah blah, whatever. And he was about to die, but someone came and kind of rescued him and pulled him out, and then he was hospitalized, blah blah blah, and he lived on to tell the tale, right, of these gray aliens. Yeah, but if you go on his lecture videos, yeah, you can see the missing fingers that he has from this type of encounter, blah blah blah. But yeah, well, I was trying to recap a lot of what he was saying. He was saying that there's aliens all around the world. They're deep underground. They operate in like these underground type of bases. I don't know, whatever. They conduct genetic experiments, a bunch of different things in these underground bases that are all around the world. They're all around the world and stuff. He was saying that these aliens, these gray aliens, they've potentially been here for millions of years. They've been here for millions of years, whatever. They were influencing our history, right? There's a lot of you would be able to come across a lot of different artifacts from these like kind of gray aliens. Wow, look at this. I don't know what this is. Greco-Roman architecture. These gray aliens, they've been potentially here for millions of years, and they've been influencing our history, whatever. There's a lot of different artifacts that you'll be able to come across. I just want to show you kind of some of this Greco-Roman architecture. There we are. See that? This is Greco-Roman architecture. Check it out. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, the aliens, they've been here for potentially millions of years. That's what Phil Schneider was talking about. And he was also saying that how they've been kind of interacting with the American government specifically. Potentially they were also interacting with other world governments, whatever, blah 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 blah. He was saying that they were kind of, I don't know, I believe he was kind of vaguely kind of implying that they were exchanging technology to a lot of the world governments, blah blah blah, and for, I don't know, for the potentially so I don't know, for whatever reasons, right, to help like the different governments of the world, to help them kind of technologically dominate or whatever. But he was saying that they were also associated with a lot of human abductions, whatever. And again, the abduction cases are kind of interesting. Yeah, kind of, because if you kind of, popular examples for people who have been abducted by these gray aliens would be Travis Watson or Walton. I can't exactly remember his name. He was kind of he was like some white guy from North America. He was like a lumberjack. He was like working in the woods or something, whatever, chopping wood. What happened was like he was with his like friends, whatever, I don't know. They were out and whatever, and essentially what happened was he was just, I don't know, cutting wood, whatever. And what happened was a flying saucer kind of came close to him, and so he got kind of freaked out. A flying saucer came near him, he got freaked out, and I don't know, he tried to run away and stuff. But a blue energy being kind of struck him. This blue energy being kind of picked him up and kind of, I don't know, basically abducted him, and I don't know what happened. It's kind of hard for me to exactly remember what happened to him. All I can really remember is that he was kind of taken on board this flying saucer or whatever, and the aliens, they kind of examined him, and I don't know, and he said he found like some planetarium or whatever, and he kind of walked around. But eventually he was kind of sent back down from the flying saucer, and he just, I don't know, went back to his regular life. Some other important pieces of information I could remember is that he was like gone for basically 5 days. Yeah, he was gone for 5 days or something like this, almost nearly a week. He was missing for a week when he was like taken up by this flying saucer, and that's kind of very, very interesting. That's very interesting. For nearly a week. And then what's also interesting is, right, when someone found him, when a bunch of different people found him, he was like he was kind of left, he was dropped down by the flying saucer, whatever, right? And what's interesting, when the people that found him, like they talked about how like his clothes were on backwards. That's very interesting. His clothes were on backwards and stuff, and that's kind of, Travis Watson, I don't know his exact name. He's a person you should really kind of research about as well. He's not really as, he's not like as convincing as let's say Phil Schneider. Because if you really want to be convinced that aliens are real, that they're real and they're on Earth, so I would advise you to go and research about someone called Phil Schneider. Go through his life story, his life history, his biography. Phil Schneider, it would fully convince you that aliens are real. But Travis Watson's another good case study for you to kind of research about. Not just Travis Watson, there is also Betty and Barney Hill, this interracial couple from North America. They're kind of also very kind of, they're a little bit obscure, but it's still a very famous, popular example, right? Essentially, to kind of quickly summarize their life, they were kind of, I don't know, driving home, whatever, or maybe they were walking home, I don't know. Aliens kind of picked them up, whatever, and then, I don't know if it was Betty or Barney, if it was the black man or the white woman or whatever. The aliens showed this interracial couple a star map of their home, of their star system, of their home, whatever. And this is, Zeta Reticuli, right? It was supposedly these gray aliens said they came from Zeta Reticuli. They told